This morning on Wake Up with Hope, we're talking about the resurrection and the life.
And we'll have Taj Pakleb sharing about the Bridge of Life, and Dr. John Peckham will join us to share a devotional thought.
Stay with us. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up with Hope. Thank you for waking up with us today. You know, we're so glad you have chosen to join us.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to all of our wonderful viewers from all over the world. Let us know where you're watching from on our official Hope channel, Wake Up with Hope Facebook page, and we would love to hear from you.
You know, today is National Gingerbread House Day. Building, decorating, and eating gingerbread houses is a family tradition and favorite in the U.S. But did you know that in the 17th century, only professional gingerbread bakers were allowed to make gingerbread, save for Christmas and Easter?
Wow, that is so interesting. And in Europe, it was also considered a popular art, and some collections are even held at the Ethnographic Museum in Poland and the Bread Museum in Germany.
Very interesting. And of course, you don't have to save your gingerbread house for display as you celebrate National Gingerbread House Day. Gather your loved ones and see what creative ideas you can come up with to decorate. Now, let's begin our program by taking a look back at what took place on this day in history.
On this day in history in 1980, American oil magnate Armand Hammer purchased a notebook containing writings by the legendary artist Leonardo da Vinci at auction for more than $5 million. The Journey of the Leicester Codex, as it was called, was created by Leonardo da Vinci and acquired by Armand Hammer and later by Bill Gates. Obviously, the notebook was highly valued and prized, emphasizing the importance of leaving a positive legacy through generosity and philanthropy.
You know, God calls each one of us to reflect the Christian principles of giving and making a lasting impression. So what legacy are you leaving behind? Is it one of love, compassion, and generosity, or is it something else? Will people remember you for positive or for bad? It's a sober thought to consider today, friends, and as you go about this day and even the rest of the week, we encourage you to spend some time, personal time, with God, asking Him what impression He'd like you to leave on this world and those around you. Then take some time and some action to begin making your footprints and impact on this world.
Amen. Friends, the Golden Gate Bridge, an iconic symbol of San Francisco, is both a marvel of engineering and a source of beauty. Opened in 1937, it was once the world's longest suspension bridge, a testament to human achievement. Yet, it is also the site of over 1,500 suicides, making it the second most used suicide bridge globally. And on today's episode of Reflections of Hope, we explore a life-changing lesson that could offer hope to someone in need today.
We're here in the beautiful Golden State of California, in the city of San Francisco, where we find one of the most beautiful and surely the most photographed bridge in all the world, the Golden Gate Bridge. Let's go check it out. The Golden Gate Bridge is the iconic symbol of San Francisco. When it opened in 1937, it was the longest suspension bridge in all the world, connecting its main city to its Upper Peninsula. Considered as one of the great wonders of the modern world by the American Society of Civil Engineers. Aesthetically beautiful and structurally sound, it is San Francisco's pride and joy. But the Golden Gate Bridge is also known as a dark and dreary dead-end road for so many people. It is the second most used suicide bridge in the world, claiming the lives of over 1,500 people in death throughout the years. In fact, it's on this very road that one of my beloved friends tried to take her life in death.
A cold, dark night.
She grew up in a very loving environment surrounded by life. But on the inside, she was in a cage of emptiness and spiritual death. She had made many mistakes in the realm of her relationships. And because of her brokenness, she was discarded like trash. The devil whispered lies into her ears saying that God doesn't love you. You're dirty. You're unworthy. You might as well end it all right now here. And so she drove to this bridge, intending to jump off to take her life. She was at the end of her road, and she felt like there was no way out.
Where is the love? Where is the God? Does it exist? 'Cause love can't.
The God of grace came to her rescue. Love came down to bring restoration. On her way to the bridge, she received a phone call from a loved one that assured her that her life is still worth something. That no matter what happened in her past, she is still deeply loved. The good Lord was giving her a second chance in infinite love and mercy. The good Lord was giving her a second chance in infinite love and mercy. In that defining moment, she realized that Christ was the golden gate, providing a way of escape from her depression and despair. She realized that his death on the cross, not hers on this bridge, was the solution to her sorrows. And so she accepted his way of escape and entered into the golden gate of his grace. So instead of jumping off this bridge, she crossed over. And as she crossed through this literal bridge, in reality, spiritually, she was crossing over from death into life, from sorrow into salvation, from fear into freedom. She made it through by the bridge of his love, and she has peace. You see, this story of redemption illustrates the reality that no matter how far we have fallen, love came down to bring restoration. I want you to know that there is a loving God that came all the way down from heaven to earth, committing spiritual suicide and determined disobedience. A world separated from the heavenly peninsula by a bay of brokenness. And God so loved this world that he came to build a bridge that all may enter freely without a toll and without a price. And 3 nails. For one cross plus 3 nails equals forgiveness for all who will receive it. Now outwardly this bridge may look weak, but this wooden bridge is more structurally sound than the steel suspension. One who is strong enough to endure all the massive misery and the burden of brokenness that sin had brought upon the human race. And that man's name is Jesus. He is one that died so that we might live. Please don't let his death be in vain. Stay on the bridge. The devil may be telling you today that because of the sins of your past, that there is no hope for you and that you've gone too far. But friends, please stay on the bridge. Today you might find yourself drowning in a sea of sorrow due to a terrible accident, the loss of a loved one, a financial hardship, a deadly diagnosis, maybe the betrayal of a friend, the unfaithfulness of a spouse, the backstabbing. As Jesus hung upon the cross, he was tempted to come down, tempted to jump off of the bridge. But Jesus stayed on the bridge for you. It is his death, not yours, that is the way of escape. And because he stayed on the wooden bridge on the other side.
We have to take a short break now, but when we return,